My son is 6.5. My daughter is almost 4. They take baths together, they sleep right next to each other, and I've just been thinking about when are they gonna start being self-conscious around each other, about their bodies. I'm not feeling like I should introduce any kind of self-consciousness or separation, so I wanted to ask you guys what you've seen and what you do and what you're thinking about this.
I think that's an interesting conversation because I think people are come from, you know, very different camps on this. I remember as a child, I used to bathe with my brother and my sister until I was about 8. But I remember at one point I was just like, I'm too old to bathe with my siblings. It was just something that I came to on my own. And I think that for kids, they just sort of naturally get to that place where they want a little bit more privacy. I would be wary to introduce my children to the fact that they should in any way be self-conscious of their bodies.
I'm not sure that I would call it self-consciousness. I think it's probably more age appropriateness, because I don't think that wanting to be alone when you're naked means that you're self-conscious. My kids are just about 3 years apart, and I would say probably sometime around your kids' ages is when they started going, okay, this is my time and my space.
The space thing is interesting. A friend of mine said that her kids just didn't fit together in the tub anymore. That was kind of one of the factors, is they were just like physically less comfortable, and they called it separates. They started taking their baths separately, and they would yell out, hey, time for separates.
The interesting thing about all of this is that no matter when the kids finally put their clothes on, it's too late. It's always a week after it should have been done. There's a day when instead of just not having their clothes on, they're naked. And you don't get to cut it off at the pass. It just happens, and they go, oh my God, I'm naked and I'm standing here in front of you. And they kind of like lose it. And after that, it's all about the, you know, covering up things that they don't have.
We haven't had any issues where anyone's called attention to anyone's parts, or it's been very much like, these are our bodies, the end. But I do sort of feel sometimes in conversations with other parents who are like, you bathe with your son? You know, you're scarring him for life. That suddenly I am, like, what if this is like, what if I'm doing the wrong thing?
I do remember that experience of kind of being done seeing my dad naked or my stepdad naked and wishing, you know, that they would close the door. And it was probably that it's not like it went on till I was a teenager, but I have to say at the end of the day, I'm not that scarred.
You want to respect your kids and they start to feel uncomfortable about that. Like, if Archer was suddenly uncomfortable with me being naked, I would be very conscious of covering up when I was around him. I kind of want to raise my kids not to be self-conscious of their bodies and to understand that nudity and sexuality are different.
Well, thank you guys for talking about this with me. Really good points here, and I want to know what everyone else thinks. How do you handle nudity in your household? Leave a comment and let us know.
Join the Momversation at momversation.com.